I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Good morning. Welcome to Monday, June 11th, 2018, meeting of the Shawnee County Board of Commissioners. My name is Kevin Cook. I serve as the chair of the Shawnee County Commission, and joining me today is Commissioner Shelley Bueller. Good morning.
Good morning.
And Commissioner Bob Archer. Good morning.
Good morning.
Madam Clerk, if we could start with our first item.
Proclamations, presentations. Number 1, recognition and approval of the appointment of Paul Levens as an Ambulance Advisory Board member as recommended by KU St. Francis Campus for 3 years ending June 10th, 2021. Emergency Management.
Good morning, Commissioners. Nelson Castile Ambulance Compliance. This is the second one of two that happens every year. The board members are on a 3-year rotating, and you had approved the reappointment of Renee Wilson, I believe it was last week. This will be the one. Paul Levens had previously served on the board, and he gave up his term in October and November of 16, and Sandy Siebert served. Now that they've kind of made it through their transition there with the St. Francis stuff that's going on, they've asked to put Paul back on, so he will have a full 3-year term.
Very good.
Any questions for Nelson?
If I may, Mr. Chair, and thank you. I did notice in the consent agenda the compliance report.
Yes, sir.
And would ask you to briefly talk about that, if that's okay with you, Mr. Chair.
Okay. Well, things are still going good.
Okay.
I believe that one is in the 91%. They are seeing a large number of calls that are coming in. You'll notice that Zone 1 has a large number of finable calls. That's where the biggest percentage of the calls do take place. We'll probably see May. I do know that there were several days where they had hours, well, between 45 minutes and an hour, where they were getting between 8 and 12 calls during some of those days, which is considerable amount of calls that they compared to what we've had in the past, especially since we didn't have a spring with the heat and the hot weather coming. We will probably see a large number of them. So far I'm satisfied with where they are. We've gone through some of their trends and seen some issues that we thought needed to be taken care of, so we worked with John Antrim and Scott Lynn and those folks over there, and they've been doing a real good job of taking care of it. The report for the half year will be done here, and I'm going to try, after we get through this quarter, which will be June, and get a report to you sometime in July or August showing you where we are this year for the first 6 months and compare that as well.
Okay. Well, I just think it's important that the public knows, particularly when we've got heat wave like we've got now, and you're going to have a lot of heat-related calls, that AMR is in compliance, and we're satisfied with their service at this point.
Yes, sir, very much so.
Okay, thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. Any other questions or comments about Paul Levens or the Ambulance Advisory Board?
I'll move to approve the appointment.
I'll second.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Archer, second by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Passes 3-0. Thank you very much, Nelson.
Thank you, Commissioners.
Our next item.
Number 3, consent agenda.
There are 4 items on the consent agenda.
Move to approve.
Second.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Archer, second by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor say aye. All opposed? Passes 3-0. Our next item.
Item 4, new business. A, County Clerk. Number 1, consider all voucher payments.
The vouchers are totaling $773,654.79. First on that list is $238,582.99, and that is Health Insurance Administration. Most of that is MedTrack and Blue Cross Blue Shield. Second, we have $178,345.78. This is a pass-through for the Champion Builders for the East Topeka Learning Center. Third, we have $50,200, and this is under Special Public Works, and this is for the biennial bridge inventory and appraisals, so, and inspection. Don't have any questions, I'll move approval.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Bueller.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, passes 3-0. Our next item.
Number 2, consider correction orders.
I'll move for approval of the correction orders.
Second.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Cook, second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor, say aye. Opposed, passes 3-0. Our next item.
Item B, Parks and Recreation. Number 1, consider approval of request to solicit responses to a request for qualifications from licensed professional engineering firms to provide a required dam safety inspection report.
Good morning, Commissioners. John Boyd, Parks and Rec. This is a request for qualifications to have our dam at Lake Shawnee inspected by a qualified engineering firm. It's required by the state for every 3 years.
Doesn't seem like it was that long ago that we completed.
It really doesn't. No, it
It
doesn't.
doesn't.
Any questions regarding the request for qualifications?
Then I'll move approval.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Bueller.
Second.
Second by Commissioner Archer. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, passes 3-0. Thank you much,
you.
John. Our next item.
Number 2, consider approval of project budgets totaling $209,672.53, with $55,675.23 from the Capital Maintenance 3R Fund for the Crestview Community Center Park for lighting upgrades, both interior and exterior, and $154,000 from the Parks and Recreation Foundation for a new mobile stage unit.
Good morning, Commissioners. Sean Osborne, Parks and Recreation. The 2 items before you, the one is with the 3 Rs. That is for the upgrade with the Crestview lighting inside and out. And if you do have any really specific questions on that item, Jess Rakestraw is here to answer those. The item with the foundation and the purchase of the mobile stage, I'd be happy to answer any of those questions. And if there are some for the foundation, Rachel Myers here also as well.
The mobile stage, can you talk to us a little bit about, we've had a mobile stage for many, many years. So what is it that we're doing here?
The mobile stage, if you remember, we merged, I think it was back in 2012, and I want to say I think the mobile stage came about in 1999 or 2000, the city had. We went back through, everything was working fine when we merged, and then with our fleet service manager, Brent, he went through, looked at the undercarriage. There was quite extensive stuff that was going to have to be done to the undercarriage to replace that, to make it safe to go out on the street, to pull it, have our people take it and set it up, and the cost was going to cost somewhere in between probably, I think it was around $2,000 to maybe $5,000 to somewhere $1,000 to put back into that. Plus, that stage was old, and a lot of the new model stages that are out, that's what we have been looking into in the last probably year or 2.
How often do we use the mobile stage? Is it something that's used very frequently?
Yeah, it goes out quite a bit. We use it within the duck race uses it. A few other local places want to use it as well. I think in the years past, we've taken it out to Rossville. I think we've used it there. But we have had a lot of requests, and I don't think events are going to go away. I think they're just going to get bigger. And right now, I think we would be probably the only group that would have one here in Topeka. I believe Visit Topeka has actually rented their own sometime in the last 6 months. And I think it costs them quite a bit, but I can't speak on that part for them. I just, in a conversation.
Any questions regarding the lighting or the mobile stage or the foundation? Commissioner Archer?
Yeah, we've talked about the Parks and Rec Foundation in the past, and I was hoping we would have a presentation about the foundation to give us, to let the public know more about it, particularly how they select projects that they're going to fund. For example, how was this project selected by the Parks and Rec Foundation to fund?
Well, Rachel's here as well, but
Okay.
I actually presented this to the foundation board and actually took this to them along with Rachel. John was there as well, and we presented to them and said we'd like to see if this would be something that you guys would be a part of. They took that, they listened to our presentation, and they took their vote, and they liked it. The part that they wanted to be able to do is to be able to have some of the advertising that may go with the mobile trailer to be a part of the foundation, not the actual cost of renting it. That would come back to the county,
Okay.
if that answers. If you want some more
Yeah.
detail, Rachel.
Yeah, I guess I'm just interested in the process, how projects bubble up from Parks and Rec to go to the foundation, and what some of their criteria is for.
Sure. Good morning, Commissioners. Rachel Meyer, Shawnee County Parks and Recreation. We do have a process that our foundation uses to approve projects. So within the department, the IMP committee, which is our project committee, will make decisions on what they would like to bring forward for your approval. And then they look at internal funding and what's available. And then they do make recommendations to the foundation board, and they meet quarterly to look at those recommendations. They are able then to vote as, volunteers on a nonprofit board, whether or not they would like to use their funds to support the projects. They can vote yes, they can vote no. On this one, we did have extensive conversations about the operations. Sean was available at their quarterly meeting to answer those. We actually had to defer that one at one point because we didn't have a quorum. So then we did a follow-up vote as well, and then they did support the project. They did have a lot of discussion about how the stage will actually belong to the county and not be an asset of the foundation. And the foundation board did just like the opportunity for advertising rights and to get the name out about their organization as well. So they did fully support this one.
But the board itself is independent, it's a volunteer board.
Correct, yes. And with the MOU that was signed about 3 years ago, it does give the foundation the opportunity to sell advertising. That is part of their contract. And so, yes, they are a separate nonprofit 501c3.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Any other questions?
I'll move to approve.
Motion to approve by Commissioner Archer,
Second.
second by Commissioner Bueller. All in favor, say aye. All opposed, passes 3-0. Thank you very much. Thank you. Our next item.
Item 5, Administrative Communications.
This is an opportunity for any department head or member of the public to address the commission.
Good morning, Commissioners. Kellen Site, Inspector of Venue Management, the Kansas Expo Center. We had a very busy weekend of events over at the Expo Center this past weekend, the largest of which was Impact Volleyball. We finished that up yesterday afternoon. Had about just shy of 100 teams from over 5 states, over 1,000 players and coaches participated in the event, and it accounted for just over 800 room nights for the city and the county. So, a very big event that we were happy to host, and now I'm going to go home and get some rest today. We're gearing up for a couple great events for this week. We have Garden Brothers Circus coming in Wednesday for 2 performances at 4:30 and 7:30. So come on out and enjoy that. And then we also have another one of our favorite events, which is the Armed Forces Departure Ceremony, which will take place on Thursday, April 14th, inside Landon Arena at 10 a.m.
All right, thank you.
Thanks.
Good morning, Commissioners. Linda Oaks from the Health Department. This Thursday, we are celebrating our grand opening of our WIC clinic, our Women, Infant, and Children's program at the Hillcrest Community Center. So that will be 4 to 6 o'clock this Thursday. There'll be a resource fair. There'll be outdoor activities, if weather permitting. Some of the partners that will be there will be the K-State Extension and Research, Harvesters, Safe Kids Shawnee County, Marion Dental Clinic, Sunflower Health Plan, Child Care Aware Kansas, Lifeline Children's Service, and of course our partners with Shawnee County Parks and Recreation. And as part of this, there'll be door prizes, and there's also a free child's meal that evening donated by the Silverbacks. So we hope everyone comes out. Our own Commissioner Cook is going to speak at the beginning of this event.
Yeah.
So we think it's going to be a great event.
Well, very looking excited to be there. Hillcrest just has a whole lot going on between the new exercise equipment that's outside, it's open to the public and available at any time, the upgrades to the aquatic facility at Hillcrest, the lighting, the upgrades to the building, the partnership with WIC and the community involvement. I mean, it really is just a hub of activity in our community. So
Thank you.
very happy and looking forward to it on Thursday.
Thank you. See you then.
Good morning, Commissioner. Sean Osborne, Parks and Recreation. On Saturday, we will host at Lake Shawnee. The venue site will be for the 2018 Topeka Tin Man Triathlon, and this will be the 38th year that this has been held out at Lake Shawnee, and they will have 2 courses. They'll have the long Olympic course, and they'll have the sprint course as well. But that'll be taking place sometime that pretty much gets started about 7 in the morning and ends about 2 in the afternoon. So just wanted to bring that to your attention.
Very good. Any other administrative communications, comments from departments or public? Commissioner Bueller, anything?
I do not have anything. Thank you.
Commissioner Archer, anything?
I attended the brew at the zoo Saturday, and it was warm, but well-attended. Commissioner Cook said he was there, but I never saw him, so I don't know if he was with the sea lions or what was going on, but it was a great event, and it was attended by a lot of young people, which really made me feel good about the zoo and the community and our opportunities. So that's it. Thank you, Mr. Chair.
Thank you. It was a warm evening on Saturday, but it was very well attended. The paper reports that there were over 1,500 tickets sold to the event. But with all the people, it really never felt that you were overly crowded. It was easy to get around, and a lot of good opportunity to see the exhibits at the zoo and the sea lions. It was just an enjoyable evening. And so looking forward to, hopefully the weather will dip down in temperature a little bit this week. We can all hope. So I don't have anything else. Our next item.
Executive sessions.
There is not a need for an executive session today, so we are adjourned.